Hello everyone and welcome back to the Student Company's accounting tutorial exercise part 2 now. In the first part we analyzed a student company called Peer Pottery who produces cups from clay. We learned that their first period of operation, the first month, wasn't profitable. They earned a loss of €60, but as I explained earlier, this is really normal in the startup phase of the company. In the second part now, we're going to take a look whether they're going to be profitable at the end of their operations and what else is there to keep in mind in the accounting during the student company program. So let's get cracking again. Last time we finished over here, I think, yes. How were the financial situation? This was the place we finished last time. So now I'm going to move on with January with New Year. And let's see what happened in January. In January, students sold their products from hand to other students, family and friends. Karen sold 4, Michael 2, Joseph 3, Celicia 5, Maria 2 and Stephen get rid of 3 cups. The price was still €2.5. They put their money to the student company on January 28th. So let's open the sales report and fill in their names first of all, because this time we're gonna need to calculate the commission for each of them. Yes, so first we had Caroline, then we had Michael, followed by Joseph, and Celicia. Cecilia, I'm sorry, have I said Cecilia always wrong? Yeah, I thought she was Celicia, but she is actually Cecilia. Okay, Cecilia then. Maria and Stephen. I got it wrong as well. Stephen. So, in January, Caroline sold 4, Michael 2, Joseph 3, Cecilia, now correct, 5, Maria 2, and Stephen 3 cups. And therefore, their sales income was 4 times 2.5, which is 10. 2 times 2.5, which is 5. 7.5, 12.5, 5, and 7.5. Also, Excel already calculated commission for me automatically, and altogether they earned €47.05 with their sales. So let's put this thing into the ledger. And as it says here, they put the money to the company on January 28th. So this is income, and it was received €47.50. The new balance is €108.38 on 28th of January. No invoice number right now. It was from customers, yeah? Well, we can say it was brought in by the students for sales revenue. And it goes to the sales revenue account over here to the credit side, because before we debited it in the cash account. So 47.5. Good. And then already they paid out the salaries. So really a hassle-free month for the company. They didn't do much, only, let's say, sold the products and paid out their salaries. Full wage report. Let's first of all copy the base salaries, because these didn't change. No one got bonus this month. P salary, as they didn't produce anything, is 0 for the month. And sales commission already automatically got from the sales report, which was sales income times 0.5, which accounts for 10% of the sales value. This automatically is over here already. And finally, everyone got their total wage. A lot smaller wages than previous month, but still something. And altogether €14.25 expense for the company, which goes to the ledger. So the new balance says 94.13. The date is 31st. How did it record it previously? It went to the students, yeah. Oh, we have the invoice as well. That's PL2 now. And for salaries, yeah. And to the salaries field it goes. Credit finds its debit over here. 14.25. And January is done. Now we're actually going to find out that marketing manager Cecilia was not happy with the performance of the student company and was looking for new selling opportunities. She contacted the local municipality and after very successful negotiations with them, the municipality ordered 50 cups for souvenirs. As it was a special order, also very special price was possible. They were promised to pay €3 per cup. On the 5th of February, 10 kilograms of clay was bought from clay factory for €5.38. So what we are learning from here is the company actually didn't have enough products in their storage and they had to produce more. So therefore they first poured the clay. So let's record this. 5.38, that's cash going out. The new balance is 88.75. The date was 5th of February. Yeah? Currently don't have an invoice number. It was paid to the ceramic shop for the clay factory, yeah? For clay. And it is production cost, therefore we're going to record it to the debit account of the production cost. 5.38 over here. Credit found its debit. Moving on, 40 cups were produced on the 10th of February. This time it was possible to use the business mentor's workshop and potter's wheel for free, so we don't have to actually pay for ceramic shop this time. They saved €50 as you can see. So let's open the production report, shall we? And it says Caroline produced 9, Michael 12, Joseph 6, Cecilia nothing, yeah, Maria 5, and Stephen 8. Cecilia did not participate, yeah. And the date was, no date is given, so let's say 10th of February, shall we? Just for the sake of it. I have to do it again to copy it. Here we have, table fulfilled. All cups were produced and handed over in time, and payment of €150 was received from the municipality by the sales contract won on the 25th of February. Open the ledger. Money comes in, €150 to debit account of the cash. The new balance is 238.75. It came in, what was the date again? 25th, yeah? Contract 1, it was. From municipality. For sales. And we will also record it for the sales revenue account. Debit finds its credit. €150, boom, done. But Cecilia did not give up, or she was also working on the homepage in February and thought this 12 orders, and through this 12 orders with the price of €2.5 were received. So 2.5 times 12 is 30. Let's record it over here. The new balance is 268 times 75. 27th is the date. We don't have the invoice. It was from homepage. And it's again sales revenue, which goes to the credit side. €30, done. We also actually need to fill in the sales report for this, which should have actually done before we entered these things to the ledger, but it doesn't matter too much. So because these sales are not actually Cecilia's sales, they are actually company sales, we're not gonna record it to specific person, but let's do this. We have trade fair. Let's say trade fair. Let's do the same as we did with the trade fair. So first of all, the customer was the municipality. And as we remember, they bought they were 50 cups, which they ordered. And the sales income was 50 times 3 because of the new price. And it's recorded here. And also now the homepage. 12 were bought with a price of 30 and sales report has been fulfilled. As simple as that. So basically do the sales report before the ledger, which is more correct. Back to the ledger, shall we? On the 28th of February, salaries were paid and bonus for Cecilia of €9 for a good job. Okay, so let's go to the wage reports. Now we have the pay list number 3. As always, we have the base salary, which will not change. We copy it from the previous one over here. Cecilia gets €9 bonus. Piece pay. Let's see, did we have any production this month? Yes, we did. In February, each of them produced something, apart from Cecilia, who was doing other things. So let's copy it to the production piece pay calculation. Piece pay rate was still 0.5 per produced product. Let's copy it, and we're gonna get the piece pay in total for each person, which is automatically copied over here as well. In terms of sales commission, if I remember correctly, yes, this month nobody will receive sales commission because there were no individual sales. And total wage salary is calculated over here, which is €38.5 expense for the company. So let's put this thing into the ledger. So this is expense now. 38.5. The new balance is €230.25. 28th of February. That's according to PL3. Paid to students. Salaries. And let's find, for the final time, credit. Finding its debit in the salaries and wages account. 38.5 goes over here. Done. On the 1st of March, the student company finished its activities and profit was calculated and the final balance sheet was drawn. So again, we have to do the same process as we did in the end of part 1. We're going to first do the profit statement and then see the balance sheet. So let's open the profit statement. We're going to do the whole profit statement for the whole operation. So starting from 1st of December, we're going to include everything we did here, so because we want to get the overview of the whole operations of the company from the time it was founded to the time it was closed. So let's see, sales income. Again, let's get everything from the ledger. So sales income from the sales revenue account, it says €302.50 going to the profit statement. 302.5. Done. Now salary. Again from the ledger, we're gonna get €109.75 paid in total of salaries. Material and equipment. These are the production costs. These are €66.14 in total, yeah? And other costs, €16.36. Still the same as earlier. What we can see over here. The total costs were 302 euros and 50 cents. Sorry, the total income, while the total costs were 192 euros and 25 cents. Overall, the company actually made a good profit of 110 euros and 25 cents, which is excellent because if you remember earlier, at the end of December, they had earned a loss of almost 60 euros. So they managed to turn their loss into a 110 euro profit. Let's see whether we did everything correct. For that, we're going to fill in the balance sheet. Again, cash comes from the ledger. We're going to see what was our final status here. We have 230 euros and 25 cents in our account. So let's put this thing in to the balance sheets. 230.25 euros. As explained earlier, you can't have any materials and products, and also this company doesn't have any fixed assets. Therefore, their total assets are actually the same as their cash, 230 euros and 25 cents. Let's now look at the liabilities and owner's equity. So first of all, they don't have any loans. The share capital hasn't been changed, so it was 120 euros. And in the end of their operations, the company earned 110 euros and 25 cents of profit. Let's put that in, and we will see that assets actually again equals liabilities and owner's equity. I want to remind you that if there was a difference between these accounts, then there had to be a mistake somewhere, because assets always equal the liabilities and owner's equity. You can't have the numbers differ. So therefore, everything has been done correctly. But we have something else over here. The remaining products were decided to share between students so that each of them got one gob and one was given to the teacher. We don't have to record that because these have already recorded as costs for the company, and basically, as was with the broken 2 cups during the trade fair, now again, the cups they gave away are just basically lost revenue that doesn't have to be accounted in the bookkeeping system. Now it was time to pay back the investments to the shareholders and allocate the profit. For that, we're going to open our final table, that's shareholders and closing report. Previously, we had fulfilled the nominal value of their shares and number of shares each of them got. And as you remember, everyone put in 20 euros at the start of the company. Here it says in the tasks, when the profit was calculated, it was clear that it was not possible to allocate it equally among shareholders, because 110 euros doesn't divide by 6 equally. So therefore, the student company decided to donate 50.25 euros to the shelter of the homeless dogs. How much dividends did one shareholder get now? So let's calculate it with the table over here. So as we remember, they earned a profit of 110 euros and 25 cents. Now they're going to donate 50.25 to homeless dogs, and profit that will be allocated to the shareholders will be now 60. The company had issued altogether 12 shares. So let's put this thing in as 0. And dividend per share would be this divided by the profit divided by number of shares, which will be 9.1875 as said in the tasks. It's not possible to allocate it equally. But with this, number of shares is the same. 60 divided by 12 is 5. So each of them is going to get 5 euros per dividend. And as they had 2 of them each of the shareholder will get 10 euros. So this is 5 times 2. Let's put 10 for everyone. And finally, we can see that the shareholders will get back First of all, their initial investment, which was 20 euros, with extra dividend. It is important to keep in mind that dividends can only be paid according to the shares issued. So it doesn't matter who did most of the work in the company. It doesn't matter who didn't do anything. The dividends have to be paid according to the shares issued. So there is no other option. That's why we recommend you to pay the salaries during the operations of the company, so that people who are free riding will not benefit. And finally, let's see whether we have drawn out all the cash from the account. And as you remember, we had from the ledger the final balance of 230 euros and 25 cents. So let's put this thing in. For shareholders, we paid out total of 180 euros, and we gave 50.25 for donations. And now, in order to determine whether all the cash has been drawn out from the account, we're going to subtract from the cash the money paid to the shareholders and the money paid to the donation. And now, if we get the result 0, then everything has been done correctly. And yes, there it is. All of the cash has been divided between the shareholders and donations. The company has been successfully closed. So that's it for today. I thank you very much for watching, and I hope it was useful for you. And I also wish a very best of luck for you with your own student company. Thank you and take care.